Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents To a Different Drum, An Adventure of Radical Obedience by Pauline Hamilton. Narrated by Nancy Peterson. Foreword. The Princes and Princesses of the Church is the name we give our missionaries at Park Street Church on the Boston Common, where I served as pastor for 33 years. Jolly, humble, intelligent, down-to-earth Pauline, a beloved missionary of Park Street Church, would not accept such a title. But as you listen to the trials and triumphs of this remarkable lady, I am sure you will be aware of His glory showing through. She was a person of faith, a 20th century woman who achieved her goals in the area of science and became a professor at Smith College. She dedicated her talent and abilities to God without reserve. Refusing to accept an appointment to a Chinese university, she offered herself as a missionary and went out under the China Inland Mission. For her, God was a reality, an omnipotent sovereign, a father, and a guide in all things. He was a God who can be trusted. God called her to be His own when she was on her way to commit suicide. He stopped her. She in turn dedicated her life entirely to Him to go anywhere at any time. At times in her career, she was assigned to distasteful tasks. At other times, she was tempted to abandon her calling. But always she remembered her dedication and was obedient to assignments. It took many years for her to arrive at the work for which she was called, mainly with students and young people, from which she reaped a rich harvest. She was exemplary as a missionary, with strong convictions, yet always willing to obey the Lord as He made His will known to her through fellow missionaries and the circumstances of life. I commend this book to you as a witness to the faithfulness of God. It will encourage you in your Christian walk. Harold J. Okenge. 1. Blowout. Hun, come back! Hun, come back! Mother was calling to me as I pulled away from the cottage in my sister's gray convertible coupe. I could see her petite figure in my rearview mirror. Mother was not very tall, only a bit over 5 feet. Her beautiful white wavy hair blowing softly in the summer breeze was framing her face, today etched with lines of worry. Her hands were gripping the porch railings as though she were steadying herself. I swallowed hard, but just ignored her calls. Pushing my foot harder on the accelerator, I sped away. The car was a fairly new one my sister was letting me use while she was traveling in Europe, and on that hot summer afternoon, I had the top down, not to enjoy the breeze blowing my long brown hair, but so that everything would go according to plan. I had only one intention. Although that graveled mountain road was one of my favorite drives, I was not out for a pleasure drive. No, not today. All I could think of was to reach the hairpin turn at Cornwall, Orange County, and go flying over the cliff to put an end to my miserable existence. No one would know I had gone over intentionally. There was no guardrail to stop me, and accidents there were frequent. Besides, I had to take this route to go for the bottled gas we needed. At last, the opportunity I had hoped for weeks had come, and in such a way that no one would guess I meant to take my own life. Mother was not able to go with me, as our hired girl could not be found, and Mother had to be at the cottage when the girl returned. I had not left any suicide notes for anyone. My going over the cliff would be considered just one of those tragic accidents. Life could not continue as it was. It was 1938. I was only 23, but it felt like everything I had ever wanted, hoped for, and worked for was gone. My future destroyed. And it seemed that no one cared. From the time I was a small girl, I had wanted to study medicine, and I had...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?